Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today we're going to see Game 3 of a 4-game set between the Cubs and Reds. The Cubs come in losers of their last 3 in a row, 2 of those to the Reds in truly heartbreaking fashion. However, the Cubs still have an opportunity to salvage a split in this series if they're able to win the final 2 games in Cincinnati. Let's see what today's game has in store for us. Manager David Ross is going to put out a little different lineup today. We're going to see Happ out in left field leading off. Fletcher, Bryant, Contreras, Shaw, Hayward, Kipnis in at second. And Almora in center and Quintana the starting pitcher. Quintana, also pitching on 4 days rest, is going to come out as today's starter. He is making start number 14. He is 6-5 with a 2.49 ERA, 1.12 WHIP. Arguably been the Cubs' best pitcher so far this season. He will be opposed by the Reds' Sonny Gray, who is also making start number 14. He comes in at 5-2 with a considerably higher 4.78 ERA and 1.26 WHIP. Today it is clear, no rain in the forecast. Better send a memo to the umpires. Wind blowing out to right at 9 mph. And let's play some baseball. Sonny Gray standing on the mound, facing Ian Happ to lead off this game. Full count. Payoff pitch to Happ. Cubs still in third place in the Central, coming in at 31-34. The Reds holding the lead in the division at 36-28 and have taken 5 out of 6 from the Cubs this year in some truly remarkable ways. The shift is on for Ian Happ. The third baseman is way off the line over there. And Happ swings and misses at a sinker for a strike 3. That is 1 down for the Cubs in the top of the first. Dave Fletcher now the batter. 1 strike count. Sonny Gray looking in. Here's the pitch. Fletcher lines that one right at the first baseman Votto, and he gets some leather on it for out number 2. Chris Bryant now the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. 3-0 count to Bryant, and Gray throws ball 4 down and away. Bryant draws the walk. Cubs have their first base runner of the game. And Wilson Contreras is now the batter. 1-1 count to Contreras. Slow roller to second. The throw goes to first, and the side is retired. The Cubs strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the first inning of a 0-0 game. Joey Votto continuing to lead off for the Reds. He comes out against Quintana with a 2-2 count in the bottom of the first inning. Quintana looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. That is lined to left field. That should be playable. It is put away by Happ for out number 1. Van Meter, who hit 2 home runs, is coming in now with a 1-ball count, and he laces that one out to right field. That is going to be high off the wall. Hayward plays it on a bounce. The throw goes to second, but Van Meter continues to be blistering hot. He was actually only a couple feet away from hitting another home run. He is standing on second with a double. With 1 out, Castellanos comes up. 3-1 count to Castellanos. Archer with the pitch. Inside, ball 4. That was a fastball off the plate. And now the Reds have first and second, and Suarez is the batter with 1 out. 0-2 count to Suarez. Oh, and he hits him. Man, there's no way that Quintana meant to hit him with an 0-2 count. Castellanos goes to second, Van Meter to third. Suarez yells at the trainer to go back to the dugout. And that brings up Moustakas now with 1 out and the bases are loaded. 1-ball count. Moustakas lines one into right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run is in. The second runner stops at third. That'll be an RBI single for Moustakas, and the Reds have a 1-0 lead. Barnhart now the batter. He comes up, Tucker Barnhart. 3 home runs on the year. 1 out, full count pitch. Archer looking for the sign. Here it comes. That's going to be another base hit to right field. That drops in front of Hayward. One run is in. Second runner is coming around. He is going to score as Hayward's throw home is late. That is going to be an RBI double for Tucker Barnhart, and the Reds now have a 3-0 lead. Archer really struggling here to get out of the first inning. Freddie Galvis now the batter with one out, runners on second and third, and a one-strike count. Archer looking in. Here's the pitch. Grounder to second. That's going to drive in another run. They make the safe play over at first as Kipnis throws to Shaw. Run number 4 scores on the fielder's choice. Barnhart advances to third. And the Reds now have a 4-0 lead. Akiyama is the batter. 2 outs. The runner 90 feet away. 2-2 count. Slow roller back to the mound. Archer has it. Throws to first. Quintana has it. Throws to first to retire the side. That is going to be the end of the inning, but not before the Reds score 4. We go to the top of the second inning. Cincinnati 4, Chicago nothing. Sonny Gray now, with a full count, is pitching to Travis Shaw. And Shaw swings and misses on a fastball for strike 3. Hayward now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Full count pitch to Hayward. Gray comes to the plate. There's a slow roller to short. Galvis has it. Throws to first. And that is going to be out number 2. Gray has had several full counts already, but he continues to record outs despite that. Kipnis now the batter. 2 outs. Nobody on. 1 ball count to Kipnis. Here it comes. Slow roller to short. The throw goes to first. And that is going to be the inning. The Cubs go down 1-2-3 in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second inning, 4-0 Reds. Sonny Gray will lead off as the Reds had sent 8 batters up in the bottom of the first inning. 2-1 count from Quintana. Grounder to second. Kipnis has it, throws to first. That is out number 1. Votto now the batter. The lefty Quintana pitching to the lefty Votto with a full count. And that is low. That is ball 4. Votto heads down to first. Van Meter is now the batter. 1 runner on, 1 out. Quintana with the first pitch. And it gets away. Contreras chases it back to the backstop. Votto advances to second on the wild pitch. And now Van Meter has a runner in scoring position with a 1 ball count. Grounder to second. Oh, and Kipnis bobbles it. Kipnis commits an error at second base. That should have been the second out of the inning. Instead, Van Meter is safe on first. I guess the official scorer has decided that Van Meter's batting average isn't quite high enough, so they credited him with an infield hit instead of Kipnis with an error. So that'll bring up Castellanos, who's going to bat with runners on the corners and 1 out. 1-1 count. That's going to be a base hit into right center field. That's going all the way to the wall. Castellanos heads for second. He's going to stop at second. 2 runs are going to score. Credit Castellanos with an RBI double. It is now 6-0 Reds. Suarez is the batter, and Sadler is going to come in to pitch for the Cubs. Sadler comes in the bottom of the second inning with 1 out and a runner on second. Mr. Quintana really did not last very long. He threw 1 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, all earned, and 2 walks and no strikeouts. And if we look, what we see is that the Cubs bullpen, the Cubs pitching staff in general, is just absolutely exhausted. Well, I don't know how this game is going to end, but it certainly hasn't gotten off to a very good start. Casey Sadler is pitching to Suarez with a full count, 1 man on, 1 out. Sadler has struck out 15 in 22 1/3 this year, and he hits a batter. With a full count pitch, he hits Suarez. He may as well have just thrown ball 4 outside, but he decided he needed to give him a little arm stinger instead. So Moustakas now is going to bat. He comes up with 1 out, runners on first and second. And Sadler with the pitch. Grounder up the middle, Baez has it, steps on second, throws to first to complete the double play. While the Reds do score 2 more runs, it is now 6-0 Cincinnati going to the top of the third. Sonny Gray is going to pitch now to Albert Almora, Cubs number 8 hitter, leading off in the top of the third. 1 strike count. Here's the pitch. And Almora hits a shot out to left field. That is going to clear the wall. It'll be a home run. Nice piece of hitting there by Mr. Almora. 412 feet, and the Cubs are on the board. It is 6-1 Cincinnati now. Casey Sadler coming up to bat for himself. First pitch to Sadler. Here it comes from Gray. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to drop in left field for a single for Casey Sadler. Sadler contributing to his own cause with the single here in the top of the third, and now Ian Happ will be the batter against Sonny Gray. 0-2 count. Here it comes. Happ lines one down the right field line. That is going to be gone. Happ has a that is a ground rule double. I thought that was going to be over the wall. It was, but on a hop. So Happ gets a ground rule double out to right field. And now Dave Fletcher is the batter with second and third and nobody out. Gray struggling to get out of the third inning here. 1-2 count to Fletcher. And Fletcher pops it up to center. This should be deep enough to drive in the run. The runner tags up. He heads home. The throw comes home. And the runner is safe. Happ also advances to third. Credit Fletcher with the sacrifice RBI. And now Chris Bryant is the batter. It is 6-2 Cincinnati. 1-2 count to Bryant. Bryant checks his swing, but he is rung up anyway. That is strikeout number 3 for Sonny Gray. And now Wilson Contreras is the batter with a runner on third and 2 out. 0-1 count to Contreras. Here's the pitch. Contreras lines that one down the right field line. Another run is going to score. Contreras rounds first. He's digging for second. He's going to slide into second with an RBI double. Wilson Contreras has just made this a 6-3 ball game. The Reds' lead has been cut in half. 23 RBIs on the season for Contreras. Oh, and Contreras may have been injured. He was injured sliding into second, and they're going to have to take him out of the ball game. I presume that means Josh Phegley is going to be the new catcher. But Danny Santana has been sent out to pinch run. That's an interesting choice. I probably would have held him back as a pinch hitter, but so be it. Travis Shaw now is the batter with 2 outs. Runner on second. 1 strike count. And he hits a grounder up the middle. The shortstop Galvis has it, throws to first. That is out number 3. The Cubs score 3 times. In the top of the third, we go to the bottom of the third of a 6-3 Cincinnati lead. Sadler is going to come out for inning of work number 2. He's going to face Barnhart, Galvis, and Akiyama in the bottom of the third. 2-2 count. Sadler coming to the plate. Grounder to first. Shaw has it. Scoops it up and runs to the bag. That is out number 1. Freddie Galvis now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. First pitch to Galvis. Popped up to center. That should be playable. It is caught by Almora for out number 2. Akiyama now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-0 count. And Sadler comes to the plate. That is popped up to right. Hayward comes in. Should be an easy play, and he puts it away for out number 3. The Reds are retired in order for the first time in this game. We go to the top of the 4th. 6-3 Cincinnati. Jason Hayward is going to be the first batter of the inning for the Cubs. It looks like Phegley was subbed in, which means that Santana was effectively burned for the whole game just standing on second base for about 10 minutes. So Fegley is in to catch, and the Cubs are going to send in the 6, 7, and 8 batters in the top of the fourth inning. 1 ball count. Hayward looking for the pitch. Hayward lines that one, but it's right at Votto. Man, that was a well-hit ball. Votto made a nice play to stop it from getting into right field. Now Kipnis is the batter. First pitch to Kipnis with 1 out. Grounder to short. Galvis has it. Throws to first for out number 2. Almora now is going to come up to bat. He hit a home run his last time up. 2 outs, 0-2 count. Gray looking for the sign. That is popped up to left. Not going to be nearly as deep as last one. And that is caught in medium left field for out number 3. Cubs are retired in order in the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning of a 6-3 Cincinnati lead. Casey Sadler is going to continue to pitch for the Cubs. He has thrown an inning and 2/3 so far of scoreless baseball today. With a full count. And he strikes out the pitcher, Sonny Gray, for out number 1. Joey Votto now the batter. With 1 out, nobody on, 1 strike count. Sadler coming to the plate. And he pops him up to left. Votto hits it the other way, but Happ is there to put it away for out number 2. And now Van Meter is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch to Van Meter, here it comes. Popped up to left center. Almora is coming over. He waves off Happ and he makes the catch for out number 3. Well, Sadler retires the Reds in order in the 4th. We go to the top of the 5th now. 6-3 Reds. Sadler is going to lead off. He's going to bat for himself in the top of the 5th inning. 1-2 count to Sadler. Here it comes. That is strike 3 called on the lower outside corner. Sadler really couldn't do anything with that sinker. Happ is now the batter with 1 out and nobody on base. 2-0 count to Happ. Here it comes. Happ crushes that one to right field. That is going to clear the wall into the bullpen. It is 6-4 Cincinnati. The Cubs have scored another run on the Happ solo shot out to right field. As Happ circles the bases, 385 feet out to right field. Now Fletcher is the batter. Gray is going to continue to work against Fletcher, having allowed 4 runs now already in this game. 3-0 count to Fletcher. Here it comes. That is inside. That is ball 4. And that is the second walk issued by Gray in this game. Chris Bryant now the batter with Fletcher on first and 1 out. 1-1 count to Bryant. Here's the pitch. Bryant crushes that one to left center field. This is going to be a tie ball game, folks. Chris Bryant has just tied this game at 6 with a 2-run shot to left center field, 477 feet. Man, that's even longer than the one we saw a couple days ago. That was gone the moment it left Chris Bryant's bat. That is home run number 10 for him on the season. 49 RBIs to his name. And now, with the game tied, the Reds manager is going to bring in a reliever. Sal Romano is going to pitch in the top of the 5th inning. He's going to pitch to Fegley with 1 out and nobody on. Romano with the first pitch to Fegley. Romano comes in with a 3.60 ERA, 13 strikeouts in 20 innings. There's a weak grounder to third. The throw goes to first. Suarez makes an easy play for out number 2. Shaw now the batter with 2 outs, nobody on. 0-2 count to Shaw. Romano with the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, the Cubs get 2 home runs, score 3 to tie the game at 6. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and Casey Sadler is going to come out for another inning of work out of the Cubs bullpen. He's going to face Castellanos, Suarez, and Moustakas here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch to Castellanos. Here it comes. That's going to be a base hit up the middle that gets by Kipnis out into center field. That'll be a leadoff single for Castellanos, and now Suarez is the batter. Suarez comes up with nobody out. Runner on first. 2-1 count from Sadler. Grounder to third. Bryant to Kipnis to Shaw. That is a 5-4-3 double play. And the Cubs turn the twin killing. There are now 2 outs, nobody on base, and Moustakas is the batter. 3-1 count to Moustakas. Sadler with the pitch. Low and in, ball 4. He issues the walk, and that'll send Moustakas down to first base. And that'll be the last batter that Sadler is going to face. The lefty Britton is going to come in to face the lefty Tucker Barnhart. And for that matter, 5 out of the next 6 batters are lefties, and the only exception is Freddie Galvis, who's a switch hitter. So hopefully Britton can make some hay against these left-handed batters in the Reds lineup. Britton comes on with 2 outs, runner on first. He has 26 strikeouts, 18 walks in 24 and a third innings, and a 4.44 ERA. 2-2 count for Britton. He looks in, gets the sign from Fegley, and here's the pitch. Swing and check swing, strike 3. Not a swing and a miss, but a check swing, strike 3. Well, Britton gets out of the inning. The tie is preserved at 6-all. Romano is going to face Hayward, Kipnis, and Almora, and the pitcher's spot is due up 4th because, again, apparently David Ross just doesn't know what a double switch is. So, Hayward batting in the top of the 6th with an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Hayward swings and misses on a sinker that just dove down and in on him. Kipnis now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Full count to Kipnis. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That was outside. That was ball 4. And instead, Kipnis is struck out, and now Almora is the batter. He is 1 for 2 today with a home run. First pitch to Almora with 2 outs. Almora lines that one into left field. That'll be a single for Almora. Nice piece of hitting there to get that one past the infielders into left field, and now Zach Britton is just going to be allowed to bat for himself. So Britton with 2 outs, the potential go-ahead run on first base, and gonna see a 2-2 pitch here from Romano. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on a sinker. No one saw that one coming. Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning now of a 6-6 tie. Britton is going to face Galvis, Akiyama, and the pitcher's spot in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-2 count to Galvis. Here it comes. That is a strike 3 looking, a sinker right at the knees. Excellent pitch there by Britton to strike out Galvis. And now Akiyama will come up with 1 out, nobody on. First pitch to Akiyama. That's going to be a liner past Bryant into left field. That'll be a base hit for Akiyama. He will stop at first with a single. And now it is the pitcher's spot, and we have a pinch hitter for the pitcher Romano. Nick Senzel is going to be the pinch hitter. He'll stand in from the right side against the lefty Britton with 1 out, 1 man on. Bottom of the 6th inning, full count pitch. Britton loses him. That was a sinker at the knees, and he did not get the call that time. So, Senzel walks on the full count pitch, and that brings up Votto. And as a matter of fact, that means that Britton's day is over, and now Tyson Miller is going to be the new Cub pitcher. He's going to come in with 1 out, runners on first and second, and face Votto, Van Meter, and Castellanos. Tyson Miller has thrown 2 2/3 of 3 walk, 0 strikeout baseball with a 13.50 ERA. 1-2 count from Tyson Miller. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is Tyson Miller's first strikeout of the season. We got Votto on the changeup. 2 outs now, first and second, and Van Meter is the next batter. Miller will face Van Meter with an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Look at that. Miller steps up and gets the Cubs out of the inning. We go to the top of the 7th of a 6-6 tie. Ian Happ, the Cubs leadoff hitter, will lead off in the top of the 7th against former Cub Pedro Strop. Strop comes in, having thrown 23 innings, 6 walks, 29 strikeouts, and a 3.13 ERA. 1-1 count to Happ. Former teammates here. Strop looking for the sign. And here comes the pitch. And Happ pops it up to right. Right fielder comes in, makes a running catch for out number 1. Dave Fletcher now is the batter. He comes up with 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 count to Fletcher. Strop with the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That was a sinker that was way outside, and he got him to chase. So that'll bring up Chris Bryant, the man of the day. He tied up the game with his 10th home run of the season back in the 5th inning. Bryant with a 1-ball count, looking for the pitch. Bryant lines that one back into center field. It looked like he might have taken Strop's head off if it were not for a quick reaction for Strop to get out of the way. That was a low line drive right over the second base bag for a single. And now Josh Phegley is the batter with 2 outs, runner on first. 1-2 count to Phegley. That's going to be another base hit. That gets by the shortstop into left field. Bryant stops at second. Credit Phegley with a single. And now the Cubs have first and second and 2 out, and Travis Shaw is the batter. Shaw steps in from the left side against the righty Strop. 1-2 count to Shaw. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Shaw chased one that was up and in, and that is the end of the inning. The Cubs strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 7th of a 6-6 tie. Tyson Miller is going to be continued to ask to pitch here. He's going to face Castellanos, Suarez, and Moustakas in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Tyson Miller strikes out Castellanos with a fastball. And now Suarez is the batter. He comes up with 1 out, nobody on. 1-ball count to Suarez. Here's the pitch. Popped up to right. Hayward was in good position for that one. He was basically already in right center, and he takes a few steps over and makes the catch for out number 2. Miller now faces Moustakas in the Battle of the M's here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-ball count. Miller with the pitch. That's going to be a base hit up the middle. Almora's going to play it on a hop. That was basically right over the second base bag for a single. Barnhart now the batter, and he's going to be facing the new Cub reliever, Trevor Rosenthal. Rosenthal comes in, 30 innings thrown, 17 walks, 31 strikeouts, and a sparkling 2.10 ERA. Rosenthal will pitch to Barnhart with Moustakas on first and 2 out. Full count pitch from Rosenthal. So wing and a miss, strike 3. Got him on the fastball at 101. Rosenthal definitely reached back and got something a little extra on that one. That'll bring us to the top of the 8th inning of a 6-6 tie. Jason Hayward is the batter. He comes up to face Strop. 2-2 count to Hayward. And Hayward pops it up on the infield. The catcher Barnhart takes a few steps out in front of the plate and puts it away for out number 1. Kipnis now the batter. He comes up with 1 out, nobody on. Full count pitch to Kipnis. Here it comes. Low and in, ball 4. Good eye by Kipnis to let that one go by. That was a slider that was outside the zone. And now Almora is the batter with 1 out, 1 man on. Pitcher spot coming up next in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch to Almora. That's going to be a base hit down the right field line. That's going to be a single for Almora, but the runner, Kipnis, advances from first to third as Castellanos has a late throw over to third base. And now the Cubs are in fact going to use a pinch hitter for the pitcher's spot. We have Javier Baez standing in against the new red reliever, Nate Jones. Baez comes in with first and third and 1 out in a 6-6 tie in the top of the 8th inning. 1-2 count to Baez. That's a grounder up the middle. The throw goes to first. The Reds actually concede the run. I'm very surprised that that did not include a throw home. Baez grounds out in a fielder's choice. However, Kipnis scores the lead run, and the Cubs are up 7-6. Jones now pitching to Happ, the new batter. He's standing in from the left side with Almora on second and 2 out. 0-2 count to Happ, waiting for the pitch. Oh, and Happ is hit. Happ takes one in the shoulder and he heads down to first base. Well, Fletcher now will be the batter with first and second and 2 out. And the Cubs trying to extend this 7-6 lead. 0-2 count to Fletcher. There's a grounder to first. Votto has it, steps on the bag. That'll be 3 unassisted to end the 8th inning, the top of the 8th inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th, now of a 7-6 Cub lead. And I'm just curious, what's it going to take for us to see Nick Burdi in a game? Because now, Ian Kennedy has been brought in to pitch. Ian Kennedy has thrown 23 2/3, 8 walks, 28 strikeouts, and a 7.99 ERA. And I'm pretty sure Ian Kennedy has thrown the last 3 days in a row and 4 out of the last 5. But here he is, pitching in the bottom of the 8th inning. Freddie Galvis is the leadoff batter. The Reds will send up 7-8-9 here in the bottom of the 8th. 0-2 count to Galvis. Kennedy looking in, gets the sign, here's the pitch. Grounder up the middle, that's going to be a single into center field. That was an 0-2 pitch, and Kennedy left one out over the plate. So Galvis has a leadoff single, and Akiyama is the batter. He comes up with nobody out, runner on first. Full count pitch to Akiyama. That's going to be another base hit. That's going to go all the way to the wall in left field, over the Happ's head. Happ gets it back in quickly. The throw goes home, and the runner is safe at home. That is going to be a tie game. The Reds just scored that run. David Ross wants to come out and argue, but the runner was safe at home. It is now 7-7 on the Akiyama RBI double in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kennedy now is going to face Dietrich with nobody out, runner on second. Akiyama just hit a game-tying RBI double. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. That's going to be another base hit. That's going to drop in front of Happ for a single. The throw comes back in. The runner stops at third. Dietrich has third straight base hit here in the 8th inning for the Reds. And now Brandon Morrow is going to come in, because why not? Morrow is going to come in to face Votto in a 7-7 tie in the bottom of the 8th. Runners on first and third, nobody out. 1 strike count. Morrow with a 4.21 ERA. Here comes the pitch. And that's another base hit. That goes into right field. The Reds now have an 8-7 lead. The throw goes to third, however. Hayward throws out the runner at third, Dietrich. And that is going to be the first out of the inning. Nice defensive play by Hayward. Showing off the arm to throw out the runner at third base. Votto is credited with a single, and he advances to second on the throw. So Van Meter is now the batter with 1 out, runner on second, and a 1-ball count from Morrow. And that one gets away. Morrow throws that one all the way to the backstop. That's a wild pitch. Votto advances to third. Van Meter still batting with a 2-2 count. Morrow comes to the plate. Strike 3 called. That was a fastball right at the knees. And now Morrow will face Castellanos with 2 outs and a runner 90 feet away. 2-2 count to Castellanos. Morrow with the pitch. Grounder in the left field. That gets by Bryant. That's going to drive in another run. It is now 9-7 Reds with a 3-run rally here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Reds have taken the lead. Castellanos gets an RBI single, and now Suarez is the batter with 2 outs and 1 man on. 1-2 count, and that is crushed. That is out over the left field wall. Almora chases, but has to wave goodbye. 424 feet out to left field. And now the Reds have an 11-7 lead. And now Sammy T is coming in to pitch. To Avalia has thrown the last 2 games and 4 out of the last 5 games. Sammy T is going to come in to pitch with 2 outs and nobody on base, trying to get out of this bottom of the 8th inning. Man, I don't know what Nick Birdie is doing down there in the Cub bullpen, but I feel like he must be just hanging out, sipping martinis, saying, hey, life is good down here. 2-0 count. Sammy T with the pitch. He has an ERA of 4 so far this season. There's a grounder to first. Shaw has it. Steps on the bag. That is out number 3. Finally, mercifully, this inning comes to an end. The Reds score 5 times and take an 11-7 lead. And now Amir Garrett is going to be the pitcher for the Reds. He's thrown 16 2/3, 14 walks, 20 strikeouts, and a 12.42 ERA. He will face Chris Bryant, Josh Phegley, and Travis Shaw in the top of the 9th inning. 3-1 count. Garrett with the pitch to Bryant. Outside, ball 4. The Cubs have the leadoff runner on. And now Phegley will bat with Bryant on first and nobody out in the top of the 9th inning. 1-2 count. Phegley waiting for the pitch. Oh, and he is hit. Phegley heads down to first. Bryant over to second. If Phegley gets hurt, the Cubs are going to be in a real bind because Contreras was already taken out of this game with an injury. And now Shaw is going to come up to bat. He is going to face Garrett with first and second, nobody out. Cubs trying to come back, down 4 runs in the top of the 9th. 0-2 count to Shaw. Amir Garrett with the pitch. Strike 3 called. That was a fastball on the inside half of the plate. Shaw has struck out 4 times today. Hayward now the batter, and he will be opposed by the Reds closer, Raziel Iglesias. Hayward comes up, also 0 for 4 today, with a 2-2 count, 1 out, runners on first and second. And Iglesias looking for save number 19 on the season. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is out number 2 for the Cubs, and now Kipnis is the batter. He comes up with 2 outs, first and second, top of the 9th inning. 2-2 count. Iglesias with the pitch, strike 3 looking, and that is the ball game. The Cubs fall to the Reds 11-7. The Cubs got 7 runs on 10 hits. The Reds 11 runs on 14 hits. The Cubs dropped to 31-35, while the Reds improved to 37-28. And this is another game it just feels like didn't have to go this way. The Cubs have lost so many disappointing games to the Reds this year, I can't even begin to describe to you how I feel about this. So the Cub bullpen, actually, for being as tired as they were, performed pretty well up until the point where Kennedy and Morrow were brought in the 8th inning. Kennedy is tagged with the loss. He got nobody out in the 8th inning, allowed 3 hits and 2 runs to score. Morrow got 2 outs, allowed 3 hits and 3 runs to score, including allowing a home run. The player of the game is Nick Castellanos. The Reds outfielder went 3 for 4 with 2 runs, 3 RBIs, and a double. Raziel Iglesias is credited with save number 19. He threw 2/3 of an inning, recording 2 outs. The Reds reliever Nate Jones is credited with the win. He got 2 outs and allowed a hit in the 8th inning. And we're going to see that the Reds have now gone to 6.5 games in front of the Cubs. Well, thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.